Hello, Happy New Year, and welcome to the welcome to the first free weekend kickoff, the regularly scheduled show of 2024. I know that we had the music marathon, the 24-hour music marathon on New Year's Day. I do want to thank all who participated, or at least all who were able to tune in to that. We had a wonderful time. I'm glad that I did it, and it won't be the last. Hopefully, if more people are interested in tuning in and listening to the music on a more regular basis, then we will have. I'll do that again at different times throughout the year, and if that's what you want to see, or if that's what you want, I'll also be posting more clips from this show as well as highlights and segments from this show, maybe some bonus content, so that if you're unable to catch the show live when it airs on Friday nights, you'll be able to watch it on demand via the YouTube channel and catch the catch the signature highlights from the show, what you might have missed during the week. So we've got that all covered. And before I go any further, I do want to explain. I know we have Alex on, and I'll explain it to others when they sign on. The Bumper to Dump It segment, which we will do later on in the show towards the end, keep in mind that it's not my original idea. I give you two or three songs and you vote on whether you like it or not. That concept and idea actually came from another DJ named R Source. We were good friends on Z89. He did his own show called Off the Hook from about 2007 to, let's say, 2013, and he actually did it first. And I liked it so much that when it came time to build my station, when it came time to build my station, I wanted to use it. I wanted to use that same idea. He is no longer on the radio anymore. He's doing his own thing, but I figured I might as well keep our source's legacy and bring one of his signature segments to my show. So just wanted to get that clear over the air. Before we go any further. I have some health news to pass along. I did re-engage in the Weight Watchers program, and I have lost some weight, actually. So it seems to be working. It worked in the past, and at least my mom keeps telling me you have to follow a plan that works for you and is able to be adapted and modified. So, and I followed that plan up to a certain point. There was a certain point where I didn't follow the plan, or I didn't use it on a consistent basis, and then I started to fall off. So by Sunday I was 242. Now I'm down to 230. I want to say 235.6. And excuse me, I'm getting a call that's work related, so we're going to have to take a quick break. I apologize for that, and we will be right back in a minute. Sorry about that, folks. A lot of technical difficulties. Anyway, last segment we were talking about my health changes, both positive. Well, both I hope are positive. One maybe a little bit negative. Positive news: I've lost weight. My weight my weight on Sunday was down to was up to 242. As of today, I'm down to about 235.3, and that's all thanks to the Weight Watchers program. I had explained last time that if I follow the plan and if I commit to it and I adapt to the plan, because Mom, you've always said to me, and I've taken this to heart. It has to be a plan that works for me and that I can adapt to, and I can understand and use. And at first I was a little bit hesitant about knowing which plan had worked for me. I've been given a lot of plans, ones that include counting, ones that include quantities of certain foods and whatnot. But over time, and it took Sunday to realize that the best plan that I know works, has worked for me in the past, has worked for me now, is the Weight Watchers plan. And so I have lost 7 pounds over the last 5 days, going from 242 to 235.3, going back to exercise at the Y on a regular basis now in order to compensate for some of the dietary things. And the New Year, New You is the famous expression for making things work, and I seem to, at least for now, have it under control. I realize that there will be bumps in the road where I may be able to, I'm probably not going to succeed. I know there are days we'll go over and I probably regret to my old ways, but it's all a process and it all takes time. You can only take it one day at a time. And so I am looking forward to the new year where I have these opportunities to improve my health, at least in a positive way. Now for the maybe not so positive news. My friend Matt, as you know, unfortunately tested positive for COVID on Tuesday, and I spent Saturday and Sunday with him. Good news is, on Monday and Wednesday, I took a test, and both of them turned negative. I'll be testing again one last time, either tonight after we get off the show, or first thing tomorrow morning, and I'm hoping that test also comes back negative as well. I've never gotten COVID. I've taken several tests over the past 3 years, and I've been exposed twice to somebody who in the family who has tested positive. The most recent case was Elizabeth. After Rachel and Rod's wedding, I took a test, and unfortunately I tested negative, and it is one step at a time, exactly. And Matt's taking it one step at a time. I just hope, cross fingers, that I don't get COVID. So I've never had COVID. It's been 3 years since the pandemic began, and I'm hoping to stay clean. So I'll keep you up to date with the test results. And I have a busy work week going up. I have a busy work week ahead of me, so I need to keep those plans. So hopefully I don't test positive, and I'm able to stay clear. I have been wearing a mask when I go out, or at least in public settings where I'm close to people, and I've just been taking it easy, or at least taking precautions. So please, I'll keep you up to date with the results of the latest test. This will be my 3rd test, and I also picked up the I also picked up the test kits from 33 Downer Street today, just so that I have extra on hand. So enough with the health news. We are going to get back to the music, and we'll try to play a game. I'll try to do some show and tell if there is anything to show and tell, and we'll have more music. Again, this is brand new by John Cook, The Kid Leroy, and Central C with Too Much. You're listening to the pre-weekend kickoff on Forever Living Radio. I'll say this. I'll say this. I've said this before, and I'll say this again. AJR never gets old. Welcome back to the show. And during the break, I've gotten a lot of comments from all of you, particularly about my weight loss and my health journey. It's not easy. I know it is not, and it takes time. You can't do it alone, and you also want to take it one step at a time. And Alex said something very important. Don't look at it as a scary thing. Look at it as something where I faced a scary obstacle. I wasn't happy, and I stuck with it, did the work, and then gave up no matter how hard it got. And interestingly, one of the instances that I can think of at this time was back in 1999 when my tonsils were taken out. I had this severe bleeding disorder that we didn't know, had no idea that I actually had, and thanks to the support from the hospital and from the doctors and medical staff at Upstate, and as well as my family, we got through that entire ordeal and came out of it better than ever. There's lots of other examples that I really can't name here, but I know it's tough. There are times when it'll get worse before it gets better, but eventually I'll be able to learn from that. We're going to quickly switch gears to, let's see, my usual show and tell segment, but let me see if I can get this to open. And I only have a few pictures. This is the hotel that I stayed at down in Bainbridge. No, actually down in Oxford. This was about a week. So this was before New Year's Eve. This was last Wednesday. And Thursday I had clear captions phone installations down all in the same geographical area, down towards Oneonta, Norwich. This is actually the Quality Inn down in Norwich. I'm sorry, down in Oneonta. And this is not the hotel. This is actually the view from out in Rochester, if you know where Charlotte is. I'm sure Rachel and Rod know where Charlotte is. I did a job, a clear captions phone installation at an apartment located in Charlotte, and the building was so tall I wanted to get this picture before I left. You can see Lake Ontario, and then you can see the houses down below, and I figured I'll never be back up there again, so I wanted to take that picture. This is more close to home. This is the school campus, and actually you can see this is near Baker. The Eldon, this is actually near where the Peace and Friendship Garden is. But I wanted to show you this because these trees that you see were actually transplanted from over at Eldon Elementary School at the Eldon Tree Farm. And I know this because when the Peace and Friendship Garden went into Baker, they actually put actually said that they took the trees from the Eldon Tree Farm and moved them over to Baker. I remember my second grade teacher, Mrs. Pat Musengo, was working on the tree farm, and as you can see, some of the trees over there have already grown to a very sufficient height. So didn't really have much else to show because I didn't really take much pictures, and usually I've been doing some other type of live cam work, but as I continue to travel again, I will be able to take more pictures as time goes on. I know I can consider myself the what am I saying? Oh yes, I call myself the New York State Road Warrior, but it does get exhausting after a while. I've done back-to-back trips to Rochester this week, tomorrow, and then, not tomorrow, next week I'm going all the way down towards Binghamton, and then Canastota, and then Hamilton. I've actually rented my first Airbnb on Monday and Tuesday night, since I'll be going from Canastota to Hamilton, and roughly going in the same geographical area. So I didn't want to go and come back and waste gas. So that's my little show and tell. And again, thank you very much for your comments. They mean a lot, and I'll take your advice to heart. Coming up next, we actually have a Forever Living classic hit. It's Gotta Be Me by NSYNC. Before that, you get to hear a liner, an introduction liner that I had Rachel do, that introduces all of the Forever Living classic songs. Since she was in the band, I figured I'd have her give her voice to the station, and it's already Bumper to Dump It time. Bumper to Dump It time coming up after this break. The hour goes by so fast. Oh, before we go into the break, Charlotte is where the tall ships came in on Lake Ontario in 1985 or 86. Just purchased a visit that seated 8-9 people, and we gathered people to see the ships. Didn't know that Ann and Jim Evinger had a church in Charlotte. We'll talk more about this after the break. For now, let's get back to the music. And we are back yet again, and it is time for everybody's favorite game, Bump It or Dump It. I know Alex said that it's his favorite part of the show, and again, I can't take 100% credit for it. The Bump It or Dump It segment was something that I picked from, technically stole, if you want to call it, from another DJ who was on Z89. His name was R Source, and he did a segment similar to what I'm doing, except he did it with more hip hop music, and he only played one song instead of two or three. But I liked it so much that I took the idea and made it my own. So we have the three songs for you for your consideration tonight. The first one is by Lawrence. It's called 23, and it's all about coincidentally the year 2023 or being at 23. The next one we have Halem, which is it's called Unstoppable, which actually is not a new hit. It's from all the way back in 2016, 2017, but I first heard it this week, so I considered it new. And then to top it all off, we have a new hip hop. Speaking of hip hop, we have a new hip hop R&B record by Nicki Minaj featuring Lil Uzi Vert. It's called Everybody, and it features a sample from another song. I don't know exactly. I can't remember exactly what that song is. But good luck, everyone, and we'll see which one comes out on top. The rules, again, are simple. If you like it, say bump it. If you don't really like it, say dump it. The song that gets the most bump it votes at the end of the game will be the final song that will play us out at the end of the show. So, get to voting, and let's get to it. Okay, so by far that was the worst round of Bump It or Dump It that I've ever had because unfortunately all three songs got rejected unanimously, and I apologize for that. There's some when I hear music throughout the week, I bring them in. I think they're big hits. I think I like them, but then I bring it to you, and you share a different opinion, and I value your feedback because then I know what the listeners like, and my goal here is to cater to what the listeners like. And as Rachel says here, I don't have to have new songs go through every week, and I apologize because the selection that I have, I'm trying to pick through new songs I haven't done before, or at least songs that I thought people would like. The first two, Lawrence 23, and I think Unstoppable. I don't know where I heard Unstoppable. I gotta give credit to the radio station where I heard the first one from. 97.9, 105.5 Kiss FM, located in Utica. That's a wonderful source for new music. They tend to play new songs every day, or they tend to add on new music as time goes on. So, thank you very much for your participation. Unfortunately, the Nicki Minaj, the last song that you just heard, that is currently being played on hip hop radio, and unfortunately, it is making its way up the charts, and pretty soon, it's going to be a big hit. So unfortunately, that will be the last song. Is the one that I will carry through the end of this round. The other two I will dump. I will take off at the station and replace them with something else. So unfortunately, that's the way things go. But and I hate to say this, but I do value everybody's feedback. There's only one word that describes tonight's Bump It or Dump It selection, and Utica stations have historically had great music reviews and demos. That's true. That's probably true. And we're gonna let the band AJR sum up what what tonight's Bump It or Dump It selection has been like. In the meantime, until next time, Mazel Tov, and we'll see everyone again. Probably same time, same place.